Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, Director of the Floral Design Institute, here to share with you our latest segment, a prom wrist corsage. It may seem early, it's only March, actually the end of February, but prom time starts earlier and earlier. If you think back to the olden days when I was starting out as a florist, every single prom was Mother's Day weekend, and we whined about it because we had so much business from Mother's Day, and to add prom on top was just like, overwhelming. Now, there's still a lot of proms on Mother's Day weekend, but they really start in March and then progress through all the weekends, clear till June. They're bigger, more important, and bolder than ever before, and more prom corsages are sold than ever before. Most popular is still the wrist corsage. I'm going to show you a new technique to make them fun, easy, and trendy for today's prom goer. When I first started making wrist corsages, we all used the traditional silver wristlet, and it's still available. But today, there's so much more. We also used 3 small sweetheart roses, and that's about all we did. But now, again, there's so much more. For this one, I'm not going to use the silver wristlet. I'm going to use a slap bracelet. Now, they come in different colors. I've got orange, green, white. The orange is a real soft, almost golden. I love these because they're so much more adjustable. They fit even the smallest wrist without any problem. And they are very stable. You can pull it out. And if you have a larger wrist, it can go without a problem as well. Can even fit around an ankle, which most bracelets, they don't fit the ankle quite as well, but these do. For the flowers, a single Gerber daisy in the soft apricot color. And the ribbon, today's girls are so much bolder than we used to be. Look at that hot pink. Doesn't that just jump? And then adding in a little bit of copper wire, this is going to be one glamorous bracelet. The beauty of today's corsages is that you can do a lot of the prep work way ahead because there's no flowers involved, nothing that's going to die. So I get my bracelets and then I make my bows. Now this ribbon, I love it with the two-tone, but I'm going to keep it with the hot pink outside. That fuchsia pink is so fab. Looping it back and forth. Then just because I love it, I'm going to add a little extra bit of ribbon, making an extra set of tails, just tucking it into my fingers. Then tying it all off with a 26 gauge wire, a very thin wire. I don't want a lot of bulk here. Make it nice and fluffy. And then clipping that wire off. Bending it down flat. So I'll just use this with the Oasis Flow adhesive to adhere it. I won't be wiring and taping. Then with the copper wire, using a smooth edge needle nose plier, just taking a small amount, and then twirling it into a spiral. And by using the smooth edge, it doesn't crimp the end at all, so it keeps it nice and shiny. And then repeating it on the opposite side. Getting a wonderful little S curve going here. And then scooching it. I can adjust it. Maybe tighten that down just a little bit, not too much. So I've got a nice base, lovely base, and a corsage. Then the easy part, just take your Oasis Floral adhesive, pull the bracelet out straight, makes it a little easier to work on. Add the glue to the tab. So you're protecting the bracelet. You're only putting the glue on the tab itself. Let it begin to dry. If you put it too soon, the glue smears around. So you go lightly. Then, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I could even put a tiny bit onto the wire itself, both sides. Then setting that against the tab, and the bow next. And the bow helps hold it all together. Then pressing it down and holding it until it dries. Once it's dry, then you can make decisions. Like this ribbon got switched over, you can take it and just tack it down with a little bit of glue and add in my base materials. I'm going to set that down, just a tiny bit of glue onto this side. That way I can turn it and tack it down to the tab. So now it's all the pink showing, just the way that I want it to be. Then I'm going to go back with foliage. And I just want the leaves. I'm going to cut these off. And then individually glue them directly to the ribbon. Just a tiny, tiny bit of glue. Lift and insert it. A little bit of glue, kind of lift and insert. And they're so lightweight, I don't have to worry about them falling off. As long as there's a little glue in there, they're going to stay put. And then once again, let that dry. Then go back if I wanted to add a filler, like a tiny bit of hypericum, just for some contrast. Again, just a little bit of glue. Let it begin to dry, then lift and set it right into place. The base is made up of such sturdy materials. It could be done days in advance. The hypericum, the Italian ruscas, all of that's going to hold and hold. Just keep it refrigerated. And the ribbon, obviously not going to go anywhere. Then it's time to just add the flower. And I take and I cut the stem completely off. So I have just the beautiful bloom. Glue directly onto the base. And then let it begin to dry. And then to be double safe, I go back and add a little bit of glue to the bow itself. Let that begin to dry. And then just place it right down in. And as soon as it sets, it's ready to wear. To finish, I want to bring some of the copper up to the top, just to get a little more unity and continuity to the design. So I made one more squiggle. And I'm just going to bend it downward and then give it a sharp angled cut so that it creates a point. Then a tiny bit of glue right on that point. And then spearing it, yes, right down into the face of the flower. And letting the squiggle go right over the top. And then it's ready to wear. Just slap it on. Isn't that beautiful? I think back to where I started with the silver wristlets and 3 spray roses or sweetheart roses. And we've come so far with floral jewelry. This is something I'd actually like to wear. In fact, I'm filming this early and I think next stop is pancakes, and I think I'm going to wear my wristlet. It certainly will make everybody else smile, and it's putting a smile on my face. Now the question everyone asks is, when can I do this? How far ahead of time? Now the base, obviously, as soon as you get the order, you can get that ready with everything that's non-perishable. Then easily, 3 or 4 days ahead of time, all of the sturdy things like the hypericum and the Italian ruscas. Then, the day before, go through and add your flower. Make sure you spray it down with the crowning glory. That will seal the moisture in. Then let that dry. Then seal it up in a corsage box or a corsage bag and put it in your cooler, and it's ready to go for the next day. And it will easily last through the event. It's so lightweight, so comfortable to wear, and you can see it's not flipping around on my wrist at all. Isn't it wonderful how far we've come with body jewelry these days? For more creative inspiration and creative ideas for using the corsage, check out our website. It's flowerschool.com. If you've got questions, give me a call. Be happy to chat with you. It's 1-800-819-8089. And if it's easier, send me an email. And I love to get pictures on my email too. So if you make the most beautiful corsage, pop me off a picture so I can see. My email is Leanne, Leanne, at floraldesigninstitute.com. For now, happy promming, happy corsaging, have fun, and do something you love.